She sat by the window in her little princess dress, holding a slice of cake no one came to eat. 7 candles, 2 balloons, 36 cupcakes I stayed up until 2 a.m. frosting, and not a single knock at the door. Again. No calls, no texts, no last-minute excuses, just silence. From people who call themselves family. I told her maybe they got busy. She nodded, trying to be strong, like me, but I saw her glance at the phone again, hoping it would light up with love. It didn't. So I packed up the extra cupcakes and we delivered them to the women's shelter down the street. Strangers hugged her, called her beautiful, sang louder than blood ever did. 4 days later, I was at work when my phone buzzed. $2,900 withdrawn from your card ending in 0387. I blinked. I don't remember making any large purchases. I don't remember giving anyone permission. Then I remembered, Dad still had access. For emergencies, he'd said. I gave it to him last year when he needed help after surgery. He never gave it back. I called him, no answer. Called my sister, voicemail. Tried Mom, straight to busy. The silence felt familiar this time, so I stopped calling and sent a single message to the group chat. Wait for a call from my lawyer. 10 minutes later, chaos. My sister's voice messages came first, unhinged and shrill. Are you serious right now? It was for Dad's generator. He didn't know the account was still connected. Another one. You're going to threaten legal action over family? Then my dad chimed in, calm, condescending. You're overreacting. It's not that serious. You make enough. And there it was, that tone, that assumption, that belief that my boundaries were optional, that I existed to fund their choices and absorb their absences. This wasn't just theft, it was confirmation. I didn't scream, didn't reply. I called my lawyer. Here's what they didn't know. 2 months ago, I started preparing. I updated all my account authorizations, filed paperwork to revoke financial permissions, filed a formal fraud watch. I'd seen this pattern coming, the silence, the entitlement, the cycle. So I opened a new account, moved the funds, left the old one empty, except for one last payment card, the one Dad just drained. I let them think they got away with it for 48 hours. I let them argue in circles while I documented everything. Screenshots, statements, audio files. Then I sent the file to the bank's fraud division. The freeze happened within hours. They called again. This time, my dad was yelling. You reported me to the effing bank? They froze my account. No, I said. You did that. I just forwarded the receipts. He tried to guilt trip me. Said, Mom's stressed. Said, I'm ruining the family. I asked him, where were you on her birthday? Silence. Exactly, I said. If this is how you act when I say nothing, imagine what happens when I speak. They wanted an apology. I gave them a summary. December 5th, you used my card for restaurant bills. February 18th, jewelry. April 2nd, spa charges in Mom's name. Total, $9,432. All traced, all unauthorized. I pressed send. The group chat went dead for an hour. Then my sister sent one final message. We didn't think you'd actually do something. That was the problem. They thought I never would, because I never had, because I let it slide. For years, forgave the missed birthdays, overlooked the snide comments, swallowed the shame of being the daughter they only called when something needed fixing or funding. But the day my daughter sat alone asking if she did something wrong, that was the last time I stayed quiet. The legal proceedings were quick. I had evidence. They had excuses. The bank reversed every charge. Their accounts were flagged for investigation. I didn't press criminal charges. Not yet. I just made sure they couldn't do it again. Weeks later, my mom sent a letter, handwritten, not to apologize, but to say she missed me. She ended it with, family should forgive. I didn't write back, because family should also show up. This year, we celebrated my daughter's birthday at the aquarium. She fed penguins, held a jellyfish, laughed so hard she snorted slushy out of her nose. She didn't ask about Nana, or Grandpa, or Auntie. She was surrounded by people who chose to be there. And I watched her run through the coral tunnel, light dancing on her face, and I whispered to myself, "You didn't lose a family, you removed a burden." They taught me that silence could be currency, so I gave them a transaction they'll never forget.